betrayal, lies, and my girl's secret life. How I found out she was cheating with 4 guys. I never imagined I'd find myself sharing this story. You always hear about things like this happening to other people, but you never really believe it could happen to you. But here I am sitting alone, trying to make sense of what's happened in the last few months of my life. I've never been one for airing my dirty laundry online, but man, I need to get this off my chest. Let me take you back to the beginning. I was with my girlfriend for 3 years. I thought we were solid. We had plans. I was saving up for a ring. I had a future in mind, and everything seemed perfect. I worked double shifts at my job just to make sure that I could provide for us. We were building something together, or so I thought. But then things started changing. At first, it was small. Little things like her phone lighting up constantly, even at odd hours. I'm talking about 2 a.m. almost every single night. I tried to ignore it at first, thinking maybe she had a late night work call or something. She'd brush it off, saying, "It's just work stuff." And I'd buy it because, well, I trusted her. But the more it happened, the more it bothered me. Why was it always at 2 a.m.? And why did she seem so secretive about it? I know. They always say, don't go through your partner's phone. But man, my gut was telling me something wasn't right, so I caved. I wasn't proud of it, but I did it. And the moment I opened her messages, my life went from 100 to 0 in a matter of seconds. It wasn't just one guy. It wasn't even two. There were 4 different guys. 4. And these weren't just casual chats. There were pictures, explicit conversations, and worse, they were all planning hookups. I sat there, my heart racing, my hands shaking as I scrolled through the messages. My mind couldn't process it. One guy was my best friend since we were kids, the one person I trusted more than anyone else. Another was her boss, of course, right? Then there was our neighbor, the guy who lived just down the hall. And last but not least, her gay friend, the one she always said she was close with, the one she went out with every weekend. Well, turns out he wasn't so gay after all. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't wrap my head around it. I had been busting my ass at work, thinking I was building a future with this woman, and here she was, living this secret life for 8 months, all while I was slaving away at double shifts, saving for our future. When I confronted her, I honestly didn't know what I was expecting. Maybe some tears, maybe a denial, maybe even a bit of guilt, but no. She just laughed. Straight up, laughed in my face. "Took you long enough to figure it out," she said, as if I was the fool for not seeing what was right in front of me. She told me I was too predictable and that she was bored with me. After everything we had been through, after everything I'd done for her. And as if that wasn't bad enough, my so-called best friend texted me later, apologizing, saying, it wasn't personal, and these things happen. As if I could just forgive him for betraying me like that. The audacity. That night, I packed my bags. I couldn't be there anymore. She went out to clear her head, but I knew damn well what that meant. She was probably meeting up with one of them, enjoying the attention that I never seemed to give her enough of. I left just like that. It's been 2 months since then. I moved to a different city. I blocked her, blocked all of them, her, my ex-best friend, her boss, even the neighbor. I started therapy because honestly, I was messed up. I didn't know how to trust anyone anymore. How could I? But yesterday, she called from a random number. She was crying, saying how she made a huge mistake. Apparently, everything fell apart for her. The guy she was sleeping with at work fired her after getting what he wanted. The neighbor moved away. My so-called best friend got caught by his girlfriend and is now dealing with the fallout of that. And the gay friend, yeah, he ghosted her once he got bored. And then she asked me if we could work things out. Can you believe that? After everything? After 4 guys? After all the lies? She wanted to try again. I couldn't even bring myself to say anything. I just laughed and hung up. Some things you just can't fix. I don't care how much time passes, I can't go back to that. I can't erase the fact that she was living a whole other life while I was giving her everything I had. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've made mistakes, sure. But this was the ultimate betrayal. And I learned something through all of this. Some people, no matter how much you give them, will never appreciate what they have until it's too late. So, yeah, that's my story. I thought I was building a life with her, but instead, I was just another chapter in her secret life. And I'm done being part of someone else's story. Reflection on the consequences. The aftermath of betrayal always cuts deep. But the real weight comes when you realize that, despite everything you invested, some people will never be worth the effort. Her, my ex-best friend, and all the rest of them, they got what they wanted, but they lost something much more important: trust. And once trust is broken, there's no going back. As for me, I'm building something new. I'm putting the pieces of my life back together, slowly but surely. And I'm never making that mistake again.